NBA Straya, how are you going? I hope you're well. You should be. Why is that, Jim? Because it's hump day. It's Wednesday, hump day, October 30, all day. The rest of the week is just smooth sailing from here, folks. Just saying. It's real easy from here on out. Wednesday night's always chill as. You're like, yeah, well, we're going to do a Survive Thursday. And then it's Friday. Then we're laughing. Anyway, this is NBA Straya, apparently. And I am James Clement, your host. You can also see my ugly mug on the panel, the official NBL Supercoach show, AFL Today show, and, of course, NFL Straya. There's one other one I'm forgetting, but I always do. Whatever. I'm here in the very fancy studios, the Sports Today studio, aka the James Clements Excellence in Podcasting Memorial Studio, here to talk about the first week of the NBA season. Isn't it awesome? We're a week in. It took so long to get here, and then the week has flown by. I've absolutely loved it. So we're going to catch up with every team. We're going to do the power rankings. And look, we've got a separate video that does the power rankings about across the socials. This one we'll just talk it out a little bit more in depth. What we've liked, what we've seen, what we do not like, all that sort of gear. So we'll catch up with every team via the power rankings, but not nerd power rankings. Oh, the 30th best team in the NBA is this one. Shut up! I'm sick of it. Anyway, we're going to also wrap the 4 games from today. We had some crackers and some just stinkers thrown out there by a couple of teams, I'll tell you. We've also got That's Not a Knife, Old Mate, No Mate, Spud of the Night, Than Lonzo Ball. We've got some the Unpopular Opinion of the Day, and the Outback Takehouse will actually be where I put the power rankings, just because there's a couple of flame grill takes in there. We've also got, I believe we're going to do, was it a Shane Hill Shooter's Shoot? No. It was going to be the Roleplayer of the Week. There you go, on a Wednesday. Not bad. Thursdays we do the Kiwi check-in as well, which is nice. We can do that again because Stephen Adams Brew was back. I don't think I made enough of that the other day, but anyway, we'll do that later on the week. And then we'll pick and preview all the games tomorrow, and there is some pretty good ones, I'll tell you. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1100, and I want to say 43 of NBA Straya. Let's go!
Watch out.
Oh, he's pressed the wrong button.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gay.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
Hi, this is Ryan Brockhoff.
This is Miss Creek. This is Mick Kay.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya. You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the Shaq Attack.
You better watch out for the attack of, does Jim know where the buttons are? The answer is no. Too many buttons, not enough time. The Shaq Attack was actually probably the Chuck Attack today, where he's just like, that was embarrassing for the Pelicans. What a weird day of games this was. There was a couple of absolutely righteous stinkers in there. But, yeah, anyway. Good times, great memories. It's also just nice to have, like, the NBA on TNT just, like, back in our lives all the time now again. Like, I just miss it. I just miss it. Simple as that. All right. Let's start off today's show the way we start every show, with the daily, it's a whip around. Bad news at the top. Oh, Jim, don't do us like this. Nah, Dyson Daniels, he's got a left, I think it was a left hip flexor, has a hip flexor injury. I'm not a medical doctor, not anymore. Held out for tomorrow's game for the Atlanta Hawks, Kakar. So we'll just sort of see, look, this is the problem with like so many of our dudes, so many of the Aussies. It's like you get on a nice little run, injury. You're like, oh, just saps them of all momentum. And Dyson's been off to an absolute flyer. You just hope that the hip flex is like a little bit precautionary. But I don't like hip flexor injuries. They sort of suck because they're wildly painful. Again, not a medical doctor. Speaking of the Hawks, Kakar, Bogdanovich is also out for a month. You might go, hang on a second, Jim, we haven't seen him yet. I'm like, yes, because he's going to be out for a month. He also had, and you know, producer Gerald, I love these ones, non-surgical procedure. So what did he have a suppository? Like what's a non-surgical procedure, bro? Like what, like did they just tap him on the head and go, off you go, take a couple of Panadols and lie down? Like what the hell, man? Anyway, he's out for a month with his hammy. Again, I don't screw with backs. Hammies always suck. Soft tissue injuries, brutal. But yeah, non-surgical procedure. What do you do? Did he get a massage? I just don't know, man. As long as he's not Deshaun Watson, it's all good. And Lonzo, this was the sadder one. Speaking of momentous sappers, they came out today, the Bulls, and were like, yeah, Lonzo's pinged his wrist, man. And I'm like, why are the Bulls talking like that? So I don't know, bro. It's like, is that Joey Muzz? What's going on here? No, he hurt his wrist, and it's a sprained wrist. And I love it when they go, yeah, he's going to miss time. So how much time? I need to know these things for this segment better than Lonzo Ball. Because we'll just go to better than Bronny James. But at this point, that's everybody. Like, come on, man. Like, Johnny Furphy's played like a minute, and he's still better than Bronny. Yeah, he sprained his wrist the other day, and will be reevaluated at least 10 days. So that's like, it's Lonzo. He's made of bloody plasticine and like bird bones that have been out in the bloody sun for years. So you don't risk him. That's 2 months, that injury, I'll tell you. Anyway. Other news, Joel Embiid got the Philly Sixers fined $100,000 for being lazy. Oh, not lazy. They misreported his health information. So, okay. And no one is entirely sure why they've handed this down. They said the investigation showed that the Sixers did not violate player participation policy with Embiid's missed games, but did so with the public comments that did not properly reflect his health issues with his knee. Okay. So you're like, hey, tell us what's going on. And the Sixers like, blow it out your ass. It's like, all right, jeez. Brutal, but fair. $100,000 later, and Adam Silver's like, that can finally pay for my Dodgers tickets because I've gone to the bloody baseball with my good friend Magic Johnson. I can't wait for the Magic tweet about that as well. Actually, I think the Magic tweet was, guess who I'm hanging out with? It's like, there's Rob Manfred, the dude who's in charge of MLB, and there's Adam Silver, the dude who's in charge of like the NBA. And you're like, have you ever seen any vampire movies, Magic? Don't hang out with both of them. Like, unless it's daytime. But yeah. It's a fucking creepy photo. Just saying. Also, I love that so the Sixers get fined $100K for Embiid. Oh yeah, his knee's fucked. Is it? So yeah, probably. When do the Nets cop it for like, oh yeah, we're going to sit Benny Simmons out. It's like lower back injury management. They're like, yeah, it's fine. I guess that's fine. It's just still a bit weird. Other little bits of news. I got two more for you that I enjoyed. Rudy Gay retired. That's where I can hear you all sighing and going, oh, that's sad. Is it number 8 pick in 2006? He had been around for a really long time, and I've got a quick yeah-nah about this later on. He played for what? The Grizzlies, the Raptors, the Spurs, the Kings, the Yaz, and we'll never forget you, Rudy Gay. We'll definitely forget it, Rudy Gay. Like he, again, one of the most forgettable NBA players of all time, despite being a lovely dude, but wildly forgettable. And then my other favorite bit of news, I haven't even run this by producer Gerald yet. They've already announced the fucking season 2 cast for the Netflix show. What's it called? Starting 5. So this year, can I remember it off the top of my head? What do we have? We had Big Souvlaki King, Domantas Sabonis. You had LeBron. That's a big one. Yeah, Jason Tatum. He's a weird one. No aura. Oh, I love that one as well. So having watched Jason Tatum in that one, his aura is, I explained this to the boss the other day. He's got negative aura. That's fine. But he's also got a very specific aura where at some point, like, and this is all hypothetical, his aura is of that of a person who kills a hooker and goes to jail and doesn't know why. I'm just saying. Like, he's confused. He's like, but what? No, I didn't mean for her to die. It's like, but she's dead. Anyway. Who else? So it was Tatum. Who are the other ones? I can't remember off the top of my head. Jimmy Butler, yeah, it was weird and it was really sad. No spoilers. What's the other one? I can't remember. Whatever. The next year's cast has already been announced. You've got Kevin Durant. Cool. That's good. Oh, Anthony Edwards is the other one. There you go. So they got the young superstar. Yeah, there's your 5. This year, they're following around Kevin Durant, James Harden, there's a couple of MVPs for you. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, presumptive MVP maybe. Jaylen Brown, Finals MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, legitimately weird unit, Jaylen Brown, and Tyrese Halliburton. So that's fine, isn't it? Like, it's fine. But I want some I'll get to this in a second. I want some full-blown weirdos, though, in my starting five. Like, they're all good. Can I get someone who's just a bit shit? Like, who's just on the fringe? Like, where's Johnny, or a rookie that no one fucking knows? Johnny Furphy would be perfect for this. Fuck Tyrese Halliburton. We all know about him. He's like, hey, I want to be a star. It's like, just fuck off, Tyrese. We get it. Johnny Furphy, he's like 14. It's like, just follow that kid around, go, welcome to NBA life, Johnny Furphy. He's like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm flipping out. It's weird as fuck. Like, I keep hooking up with these chicks. It's bizarre. I don't know what's happening. He's having a great time. That'd be fun as. But, like, I don't know. Why Draymond? Could you imagine Draymond on that show? It's like, yeah, hey, Draymond, what's going on? Well, I'm taping my podcast, and this is why I beat the crap out of that Eastern European dude. And you're like, oh, God, this is great TV. Like, that's awesome. Jeremy Sohan, he's a weird unit. He's a cool, interesting dude. That'd be fun. Like, why have we got KD on this? The dude's going to be on his bloody burner phone every episode just arguing with 14-year-olds on the internet. That's fucking shit TV. It's like, hey, Kevin, what are you doing? Nothing. Click, 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 click. Fuck you, Terrence, you little shitbird. I will bang your mum. Like, that's what he's going to be doing. But I do love, and this, I've got a pitch for you here, Gerald. The other one, I love that we get James Harden. As long as we get unfettered James Harden. Because this, have you ever seen the Tally show, what is it, Feed Phil or whatever? Where he goes around like different places, just feed me. He's like Phil Rosenthal. He created Everybody Loves Raymond and shit. It's that, but James Harden in strip clubs. Right? That is a fucking TV show I will watch the shit out of. It's like, hey, yeah, this is James Harden. This is my friends Destiny and December. And today we're trying the Jalapeno Ranch. It's really good here in Houston. I know all the folks here. Look, they really look after me. I put, what is it? Oh, that's everybody here through college. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, it's James Harden. I'm here in Atlanta with my friend Juanita. And the wings here today, we're having the garlic parmesan. Oh, we're at Jersey. Yeah, this is James Harden. We're having the, oh, is it your birthday, Wanda? Oh, yeah, sick. Yeah, we're going to have the Mexican with the blue cheese. It's a great one here in Jersey. This is Crystal. Today we're going to have the lemon pepper. We're in Atlanta. It's what they're known for. And it's just him hanging out with strippers, eating wings. You cannot tell me that's not the best fucking TV show of all time. Like, seriously? That is awesome. Because if you know that he knows nobody. Like, and then he's like hanging out with like Lil Baby or whatever. Is Lil Baby still Lil Baby or is he like Big Baby at this point? Well, Big Baby's already in jail. I think he's the old basketball player, but yeah, anyway. Crystal, yeah, Juanita. What are other great stripper names? Like, there are just some cracking ones. Destiny is like the classic, I feel like, though. That is just, hi, I'm Destiny. Yes, I'm sure that's your name. Crystal. It's like what she's also into. That's so good. Hey, let's do some game wraps. We had 4 games today. Denver snuck by Brooklyn, 144-139. They covered the spread, though, did the Nets. Thank you, Dorian Finney-Smith, at the very end of overtime with your meaningless layup. Thank you very much. This game was nuts because the Nets should have won. They're up 13 after the first quarter. Denver look tired. They look slow. And then in the second half, they sort of just like go, wait a minute, we're better than these dudes. What are we doing? They get in front in the fourth quarter. And then Cam Thomas just goes, hang on, come on, I'm Cam Thomas. Check this out. Hits some sick buckets. It's just insane. They're up 3 with 33 seconds left. And somehow this still goes to OT because Dorian Finney-Smith misses one of the free throws. He also misses the shot to win the game. Why he has it, no one knows. It was an insane sequence. But Joker had tied it back up. And so we're going to overtime, and I'm like, ugh, that's cooked the plus 5.5. And it was like this insane overtime where everybody just scored. It was like 19-17 or whatever it was. It was like 19-14 in the overtime or something. And it was fun. You're like, this is nuts. And I'm just like, there goes the plus 5.5. And thank you, Dorian Finney-Smith, for the absolute, quite literally, meaningless bucket. Like, they're down 7. And he just scores a layup when it's 0-0. It was hilarious. I'm just like losing my mind going, yes, we've done it, boys. Anyway, Brooklyn, Cam Thomas had 26 points as per usual, but he went 1 of 8 from 3. And I already hit on this the other day, right? So this entire thing about Cam Thomas and the scoring title, he's going to have days like this where he just can't hit a fucking 3. And it's like 26 points, bit tough. The efficiency just drops that little bit. It bottoms out. And it gets pretty hard. Dennis Schroeder, I am German Rondo. So no Ben Simmons. Schroeder's like, this is great. Let me cook. I'm German Rondo. 28 and 14. Crushed it. 5-11 from 3. And Cam Thomas, he's like, finally, I can do some shit as well. Let me cook. And he was really good. He had, 6 of 10 from 3, 27 and 5. The Nets should sit Ben Simmons a little bit more. I'm just saying. 17, 5 and 4 for Dorian Finney-Smith as well. Zaire Williams at 18. Claxton was pretty good coming off the bench, 16 and 12. It was a strange game. Brooklyn, very feisty. Jordi Fernandez might be a good coach. I'm just saying. He's good. Meanwhile, Denver. I hit on this in yesterday's show. Like, their title window might have already closed and we're kind of only just realizing it. But they do have enough wherewithal and know-how to beat teams like Toronto and Brooklyn in overtime the last 2 days. But at the same time, you shouldn't be in overtime with Brooklyn and Toronto, Denver. What are you doing? The answer is they're stinking it up. And they're old. And they're trying to figure out how it all works and fits together. Rusty was good in this game. He had 22 points off the bench. It's fantastic. And they were still like, I don't know, the plus-minus king of all time, Nikola Jokic, was still a +8 in a game that went to bloody overtime, and he saved their ass. He was immense. He had a triple-double before the third quarter was finished, 29, 18, and 16. You're taking the piss at this point. He doesn't even like basketball. 24, 3 and 3 for Jamal as well. Michael Porter Jr., 16 and 5. That's the key thing for me. Michael Porter Jr., 16 and 5. It can't be that game in, game out. We're going to get like 32 points from MPJ every so often. Give us a 32 and 10. It's fucking October still. Like, let Joker get a bit of fucking chill time. He's like, it's very hard cutting entire basketball team for an entire season, fucking. And he's not wrong. Aaron Gordon was good, though, 24. Rusty, 22. But it's Brooklyn. They're shit. Like, you can't be taking overtime to get by fucking Toronto and Brooklyn in October. Denver, something stinks there. Anyway, they are still 2-2, though. Point differential's a bit fucking weird. And Brooklyn 1-3. Dallas. This game was awesome if you're a Dallas fan. You're like, can we do that more? What the fuck? They beat Minnesota again. So you might remember Western Conference Finals last year. Luka's like, check this out. I'm going to fucking kill these dudes. And he did. And what did he do today? He did it again. That dagger that he hit when they're up 5 at the end of the game to put out of reach with a minute to go, absolutely just kissing fingers emoji. But this was chaos. The Wolves got off to a flyer. I'd obviously picked the Wolves this morning in the drop-off playoff picks in yesterday's show. If you're not watching the drop-off playoff picks as well, I've literally just thrown the fucking squid over the fence at daycare. I've just like kicked the other one into school, like, get in the gates, bang! I have to tape a video. Walking through Brunswick. That's exactly how it goes as well. The Wolves exactly look like the team that I'd picked. They're up 8. They're crushing it. Geez, Jim, how did they do that? Ant-Man. Absolutely Ant-Man. He had 24 points in the first fucking quarter. You're like, this is what Paolo did yesterday and he had 50. Unfortunately, Ant-Man didn't do that and follow through like Paolo did. He hit 6 threes and then it all just went fucking sideways. Luka looked like he fucking tore his knee off his body. And it's like, oh shit, Dallas are fucked. Luckily, I've bet SGA for MVP. And then he came back. And the Mavs, this is it. We talked about this fucking time and time again when they traded for Kyrie. It's a little bit of built-in redundancy. Like, if you have to play any time without Luka, you've got Kyrie. If you have to play any time without Kyrie, Luka's there. And Clay didn't have a great game or anything. But Kyrie just went, all right, I think I better step up. And he did. And he was fucking awesome. It also helped that Mike Conley was in foul trouble. But Dallas were very impressive. So color me impressed. They expanded that run in the third quarter. They just put the Wolves to the sword. And this is the thing with the Wolves. We're going to have these question marks probably, again, I keep saying this, the first month of the season, we won't learn shit until basically it's all done. But the Wolves and Randall, he had 27 and 7, so 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Had some amazing moments, had just some fucking Julius Randle moments. We're like, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't even know. Jaden McDaniels, not bad. 13, 4 and 4 for him. 14 and 9 for Naz Reid. Rudy Gobert was just fucking nowhere to be found. He got towed up by Gafford and Lively. Ant-Man finishes with a 37, 6 and 3 assists, 7 of 13 from downtown. So he hit one more three the rest of the way. They went 19 of 39 from 3 and lost. Why is that, Jim? They had 20 fucking turnovers. This Wolves team, what the hell is that? You have that many turnovers, you're going to lose a lot of basketball games. Also not helping, Dante DiVincenzo. It was the Dante DiVincenzo trade. And he's been fucking shithouse. Anyway, 1 and 6 today. Dallas 16 of 39 from downtown. They only have the 9 turnovers. Pretty handy. Kyrie 35, 4 and 5. Immense. Luka 24, 8 and 8. Clay only 2 of 7 from downtown. 17 from PJ Hamilton, Washington, though. Very handy. And the big men, 14 and 4 for Gafford, 5 and 9 for Lively. Boom. 3 threes for Q Grimes as well. Good win for Dallas. Like, they only did just enough to get by Utah yesterday. On a back-to-back to do it this way, awesome. They're 3 and 1. Minnesota dropped to 2 and 2. Hey, Sacramento just shit-pumped Utah. This is really... I'll talk about when we do the power rankings. Utah, it's not great. Taylor Hendricks is out for the season, obviously, after he snapped his fucking leg in half. 113-96. It was not even that close. This was an ass whooping. Sacramento showed that they're just like... There are classes of NBA teams... Sacramento went, we are definitely better than you. A day after, kind of doing the same to Portland, and you're like, oh, this is it. I kind of don't mind this. And it's a lot of the DeMar DeRozan vibe. Like, he just adds like a level of maturity and professionalism. Do you like how I had to figure out that word in my head? I was going to say professionality or some shit. Professionalism to this entire outfit, and they just looked fucking good. They looked badass. Fox crushed it. Anyway, but the thing for the Yaz, they lost Larry Markkinen to like back spasms, which is, again, we always say this on NBA Straya, not a medical doctor, but at the same time, I do not fuck with backs. Like back shots, sure. Like what are we doing here? But whoa, not backs. That's fucked. 21 for Jordan Jeremy Clarkson. He started, and we've hit on this before as well with Utah. Will Hardy gets a bit fancy. He brought the sex man Colin Sexton off the bench, and guess what? It did not fucking work. He was horrible. He's going to pop up again later, hashtag spoiler alert, because he was shit. And Clarkson, just not a starter. He was good. He had 21. But just no. What are you doing? Quit it. Keontae George, yeah, he had 11 assists, 10 points, 4 turnovers, 3 of 13. You're breaking my heart, Keontae. 18 and 7, John Collins after marking one out. Yep. Cody Williams, though, showed a little bit of something later. And Kyle Filipowski. They're 2 rookies. I kind of like it. And this is where Utah should be going. The Kangs, Sabonis had 28, 11 and 4, 20 and 8 for DeRozan, 19 and 6 for Fox, Huerta 14, Murray 14. That's exactly like Malik Monk had a shit shooting night. Didn't matter. They got it from everywhere else and absolutely towered up Utah. They're 0 and 4 now. The Yaz, it's a soft J. And the Kings, they're 2 and 2. Then finally, Warriors. No Steph. No worries. I was wrong on this one. The Pels are in a spot of bother. They do not have DeJounte Murray, and they looked like dog shit. Jim, is it because like Brandon Spindles Ingram and Zion can't play together? I think it might be. Because there is no way this team should be losing this game that badly. You know what I'm saying? 124, 106. The Warriors shit pumped them in the second half. Like, they fucking killed him. The Pelicans early. It was 31-14 after the first quarter. You're like, nailed this pick. No. It turned very quickly and quite disastrously, where they outscored them 77-55 in the second half and just ran over the top of them. And when I say them, I mean, it was like Podemski, Buddy Hield, like Lindy Waters III, who sounds like an extra from fucking Game of Thrones. Like, what are we doing? He's from the Riverlands, you see. Or is that Rivers? Is it Waters? I can't remember where they're from. I don't know. It's been a while. Draymond had a 3, 3, and 7. Didn't matter. Because, like, the Pels, they got 31 and 8 from Zion. They got 30 from Spindles. And you're like, give me 60 from your two best players, you win that game. Nah. I don't know what it is. They just can't sort of like complement each other on defense. And they just like, their offense is always a little bit janky, even though they wildly were efficient today. 12 of 19 for Zion, 12 of 17 for Spindles. It seems like when they're good, everybody else is just a bit shit. And defensively, they stop fucking nobody. So it was weird. CJ McCollum had 5 points and 8 shots. Just like, what the fuck is that? You know, Herb Jones hurt his shoulder. He went out. That sucked. Jose Alvarado got a lot of run. Eves Missy kept getting fucking hurt and then bouncing back. It was weird. I felt bad for the rookie. And then it's like, he's back. It's like, what the fuck, man? You look like your career was over 2 seconds ago. They shot 54% from the floor and 40% from three and got their asses kicked. Something stinks in New Orleans. And it's not just Bourbon Street, which, again, also smells fucking rank. I don't know, Gerald, if you've ever seen this, but like the party streets in like the States, like Bourbon Street, Beale Street in Memphis, 6th Street in Austin, like all these sort of places, they just have this like weird rank fucking stench to them. And it's weird. It's weird. I'm like, do you have a high pressure hose anywhere? Like, just come on, bro. Like, just fucking, are your gutters that fucked? Like, what's happening? You've got a working sewer system in the USA. Like, I've seen the turtles. Like, what are we doing? Anyway. So the Warriors, Moses Moody, they didn't start Johnny Comebucket Kuminga. He came off the bench. He was really good off the bench, though. It took a while to get going, and once he got going, this is when the game was over. 17, 3 and 3 for him. Potemski with a 19 and 5. 17 for Moses Moody. 28 for Buddy Hield. He hit 7 of 11 from threes. And it's just like, yeah, Lindy Waters, the 21. They ran over the top, and the 21 threes they made. 21. The Pelicans only took 22. That Pelicans team is looking wildly wonky. Just saying. Jordan Hawkins played 26 minutes, went 0-6. It's brutal. Anyway, Pelicans in a spot of bother. They're 2-2. Warriors 3-1, and I still don't think they're good. Like, what is that? Anyway, maybe I'm just wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, Jim. I can't hear you say, but I'm nodding along. Let's do an NBA Straya approved performance of the night.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
I mean, Luka was very good. The 24, 8 and 8, very handy. But the dagger and the shit talking to that Minnesota crowd, like, he's done this before. He did it to him in the Western Conference Finals. That's awesome. That is the absolute performance of the night. Because, like, Jokic had the best stat line. Kyrie basically won them that game. But the shit talking, like, anytime you just own a place and go, yeah, this is what I fucking do. I come into your house, I kick your ass, then I fuck off again. It's awesome. Luka, you rule. But Jokic is triple-double before the end of the third quarter. That's fucking absurd. He ends up with 29, 18, and 16 with 1 turnover. That's fucked. So, yeah, not bad. 9 of 16 from the floor, 11 of 13 free throws. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think we might pay that. It's not bad. How about Spud of the night?
Spud, 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 it is the Spud of the night.
Got a couple of spuds. Oh, yes, we do. I just mentioned one of them, the 0 of 6 shooting from Justin Hawkins, not the singer of The Darkness, but, or is it Jordan Hawkins? Justin Hawkins is the singer of The Darkness. Jordan Hawkins plays for the Pelicans. I had that mixed up. I saw The Darkness actually in Brooklyn with my youngest brother. It was way better than it had any right to be, because like I saw them play in 2000. Oh, I'm so old. Should I say the year? Like 03, 04? 04, I think it was. Yeah, Big Day Out, Sideshow at the corner as well. Absolutely amazing. I love that fucking band. Like, to the point where I also saw them play the Palace like a year or two later on the one-way ticket to Hell and Back tour. I still own that T-shirt. Like, it doesn't have a chance in hell of fitting me anymore, but it's amazing. And they were so fucking good. I spewed in. I'm not a spewer as well when I'm drinking, usually, you know. I had dodgy pizza, I reckon, and it just fucking, I vomited so hard in just like a bin that was just off the fucking like dance floor mosh pit at the Darkness at the old Palace here in Melbourne. I just sort of chunned it fucking vociferously. People are like, oh, you're right. I'm like, yeah, she's right. Fucking bounce back into the pit. The follies of youth. Anyway, I started that with Justin Hawkins, getting him wrong with Jordan Hawkins. And Spud of the night. This is why you listen to NBA Straya and watch it. Malik Monk went 2 of 11. Oh, he almost had us with the magic number. Hey, I bought magic number tickets today. Who's going to see 311 with me? Who's coming? Gerald, you coming? Let's go. We're going. They are playing 170 Billboard. I've got the, I bought the fucking pre-sale because I'm, a dork. But December, first week of December, I've got to try to get them on the show, don't I? Like, what are we doing here? I need folks to reach out to them for me as well. Just go, you need to go on NBA Straya. So if you yell at them, I'll yell at them as well. We'll get them on. Anyway, 3 of 13 for Gameday George, I mentioned as well. He's just not been great. But it just boggles my mind how Will Hardy is like, we're not winning games. What was that thing that really makes us be real bad? Oh, starting Jordan Clarkson. All right, let's do that and put Sexman on the bench where he sucks. What? You've just galaxy brained yourself there, Will Hardy. Colin Sexton, 18 minutes on the bench. He went 0 of 7. Just 0 of 5 from 3. We've already got like the pretty brutal 0 of 11 from Marcus Smart over the weekend. But 0 of 7, again, it's like, oh, man, I do not have it tonight. At some point, you go, he's not a fucking dude who comes off the bench. Ideally, maybe at some point in his career he is, but at this point, he's not. What are you doing? Quit it. Spud of the night. Who's old mate, no mates?
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no
Old mate, no
mates.
mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? Larry Markkinen. So I talk about this fairly often. So, I have a background in betting. It's a thing. And it's a thing in Australia. And I think Australians have been pretty bad at sort of yelling at athletes. It's a shit thing to do. It's a dumb thing to do. Fucking don't do it. The USA, where everybody is insane and they have guns, it's fucking way worse. Larry Markkinen leaves at halftime because he's got back spasms, and wow, was the reaction fucked. So, like, if you're yelling at athletes and then at Vegas, void my bets, it's like, what are we doing here? The USA needs to get a fucking just like a betting czar or some shit just fucking on top of this shit because it's gonna get ugly. Yeah. Also, don't fucking tweet at athletes or message them after you lost your bet. It's just weird. It really, it's just weird. Like, they're not going to go back and change it, right? Like, are you an adult? Like, what are you doing? It's something a child would do. Anyway, pantsing of the night. Buddy Hield looking at Reggie Miller saying, respectfully, watch my stroke. Are we doing phrasing? What the fuck was that, Kevin Harlan? It was the weird, I've heard a lot of weird things on basketball, commentary. That was right up there. Looking into Reggie Miller's eyes and saying, watch my stroke. What the fuck, man? Come on. That's a pantsing, quite literally and figuratively. Let's do better than Ben Simmons.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. So better than Ben Simmons, better than Bronny James, better than Lonzo Ball. Moses Moody. He's been good. I love that he's taking a little bit of a step forward. He went 5 of 6 from 3 today. Again, that Pelicans defense was fucked. 17 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. My favorite, however, and it's like, I don't think we hit on this during the draft coverage enough. Kyle Filipowski. It's a weird sort of situation with his misses. Bit. Like, if it was on the other foot, you'd have a Josh Giddey situation. Can we leave it at that? 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. 5 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3. He was bloody great for the Jazz. Just an awesome rookie and just in his absolute element in Utah. Pause. And away we go. So that was fantastic. He was better than all of them. So 12, 8, and 2. Well done, Kyle Filipowski. It's like he and I mentioned earlier as well, the Cody Williams. So Jalen Williams' little brother, I love him. He's awesome. He hit 3 threes, I reckon, pretty late in this game, but he got his start and just looked good. He still has very much I don't know, very, very similar to his brother actually in his rookie year of what am I doing? I'm so fucking good at basketball. I don't know Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Like, he just needs that. He's got the IQ there. He knows how to play basketball like a fucking mad dog. And it's like, I just need to sort of settle into the actual role and figure it all out. But he's really good. And there you go. We will do a Magic Tweet of the Week later in the week because we don't have the drop on this one. But yeah, it's that weird photo of Magic with the two commissioners where it looks like the start of a fucking vampire movie. Just saying. All right, let's do some yeah-nahs in the power rankings right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Daryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You listen to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening to
Straya.
NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do some yeah-nahs very quickly before we get to the power rankings. I think you still get the T-shirts through. You got to click through the socials at the moment. I think the website, I still haven't finished it. So anyway, just saying, go check it out. Get a T-shirt, get a hoodie. I'm wearing one of the T-shirts right now. Bloody good. Got the stickers there, got the bloody coffee mug. Go check them out. Yeah-nahs. Is Rudy Gay the least impactful, least successful player to play 17 NBA seasons? Bit harsh. Yeah, nah. He actually comes pretty fucking close, though, doesn't he? So, of the active ones, I think he is. So, 17, well, apart from maybe Robin Lopez. Jeff Green. He's played for a million teams, won a title. Kevin Durant, obviously great. Russell Westbrook, MVP. Kevin Love, title. Robin Lopez is probably the lower version of that. I don't even know. But the thing is, Rudy Gay was way better than Robin Lopez for way longer. So, yeah, probably got him beat there. Brook Lopez won a title. Awesome defensive player. DeAndre Jordan, defensive player, all NBA defense teams and shit like that. Title winner. Eric Gordon. That's an interesting one. Thad Young. He's played 18 seasons. I love Thad Junk Buckets. And I think Rudy Gay was probably better than him in his pomp. Nick Batum. There's another good one. Not bad. Good size. Al Horford, definitely not. Mike Conley, probably not. Big Booty Carl Lowry, no. Chris Paul, no. LeBron, no. But it's amazing. Like, I have a tendency to fucking just love players like that where you just forget they're there. And that's why I love shitting on Tobias Harris. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's probably my favorite thing. It's like, I just get it. You're just a dude, and I fucking love it. And Rudy Gay, for so many moments, like so many different teams went, right, now we've got Rudy Gay, we're fucking good. And they were always slightly disappointed. Even though he's a legend and a really good dude, they're like, this is great. We love having Rudy Gay. Just wish you were a little bit better. Right, Andrew Wiggins was that dude until he fucking turned into that combination of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the 22 NBA Finals. Right? And that forever just pumps him up like way further. But Rudy Gay, incredible career. 17 years is fucking psycho. And was really, really good for a long time. And I think there's a crazy stat where it's like at least 10 points per game from 06, I want to say, to 2020 and 2021. It's like him, LeBron, D-Wade, and Melo or something. So, pretty cool. Good stuff, but he's not going to go on any all-time list or anything, unless it's all-time forgettable dudes. Good job, Rudy Gay. Hey, are the Nets better off without Ben Simmons? Yeah, nah. What are they trying to do? That's the question. Are they better as a team and better chances to win games? Then probably, maybe, yes. But that's not what they're trying to do this year. They're trying to lose, so they're better off having him on the team and playing him, aren't they? Yeah, nah, yes. Hey, are the Warriors better off without Steph? No. But maybe. No. Surely not. No. 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 Are they more fun? Again, nah, they're not. But it was still fucking fun to see them today because I just like Moses Moody. Podziemski's awesome. Like, Moses Moody has like these moments where like, he is fucking good. And talk about sort of forgetful dudes. You just watch that game and there will be times you're like, who the fuck is that other guy? Oh, it's Moses Moody. Like, it happened 3 or 4 times, I swear, during that game. I'm like, who's that guy again? Oh, yeah, Moses Moody. And, I mean, now that Kuminga's cut his hair as well, I'm just like, who's that? Oh, yeah, it's Kuminga. Anyway, Warriors, they should be even more fun than they already were with Steph. I'm just trying to say that. So let's bring the fun. Hey, you getting worried about the Pelicans? Yeah, nah. Yeah. There's just something that just doesn't fucking fit. And it might be because DeJounte Murray's out, which sucks, and it sort of throws them for a loop. But as I kind of keep saying, like, Spindles and Zion can have a good game together, and they still get their asses kicked. What the fuck's that about? Don't know. And that sort of leads into the unpopular opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I just don't know what you're winning with Zion as your best player. Right? For years and years and years, your mate Jim was like, he's just like his diet, empty calories, chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. But, like, give me a fucking full Zion season at full health and, like, where are you going? You know? Unless we start seeing some really fucking awesome, like, all defense shit from him, I just don't know what you're getting with him. And it's kind of the thing. Like, an Outback Takehouse that we'll probably start kicking the tires on in the next week or two is like, should you trade Zion? Like, if no one wants Brandon Spindles Ingram, would you trade Zion? Just saying. All right. Let's do a bit of Outback Takehouse, but it's just going to be the power rankings. We're going to go through all 30 teams now. And I'll tell you what, producer Gerald's like, how the fuck is this already going so long, Jim? I don't know, but here we are. Sucked in. It's Wednesday at Outback, and you know what that means? Power rankings. That's right. We're going to eat them. Like we're bloody Jameis Winston from the NFL, eating those W's. Thing is, the power rankings is going to be just like served up, steaming hot, looking great, on a plate, and off you go. They're like the lemon pepper wings you might get at Magic City, courtesy of James Harden when he takes you there with Harden and the Strippers. Harden strips? No. Strips and wings. There you go. With James Harden. Boom. Only at Outback. I still reckon that TV show would fucking kill. I'm just saying. All right. All 30 teams after 1 week of the NBA season. How are we feeling? I feel like most teams would be... There's only a couple that would be pretty concerned, right? Because the Hello Cooper flag tier of the power rankings of Brooklyn, who have gotten Ben Simmons out there for 3 games, sat him for 1. They get to kick the tires. They get to showcase Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson and co. before maybe trading them. They might not trade Cam Johnson because he's still fucking young as. They signed him to a big contract. But definitely Dennis Schroeder becomes trade bait. Even Cam Thomas probably becomes trade bait at some point. But you can see how their tank is just percolating. It's very nice. The same goes for the Wizards. So Brooklyn's 1 and 3. The Wizards are 1 and 2. And the Wizards have already taken the right approach. They're like, we've got Kuzma and Poole, and they'll keep us in the odd game. Right? Like the game they beat Atlanta the other day. Otherwise, we're just going to start like the young dudes and let them cook. And then every so often, shit will just pop off and get weird, wonky, and kind of fun. And we'll win a game. And that's okay. You know? Like 121, 119, like beating the Hawks. That's exactly the sort of game you should be playing. High scoring, kind of fun, a bit crazy. You're playing Saar, you're playing Bilal Coulibaly, you're playing Bub Carrington, all that sort of good stuff. So off you go. That's good tanking. Portland. I don't know if they want to tank, but they kind of are. Like Denny Avdija is off to a half-decent start in the Blazers uniform. I don't mind that. Jeremiah Grant, though, was like, this is my team. And everyone's like, I don't know if it is, Jeremy. What are you doing, mate? He's like, I'm going to score 30. And it's like, okay. Can you do it again tomorrow night? He's like, don't know about that. Like Anthony Simons, let him cook. He looks good. He can score the shit out of the ball. We get that. Scoot Henderson, he just needs time to develop. You've got plenty of chances to let him have that time. And because Shaden Sharp's injured, you kind of just like, oh, what are we? They've got Donovan Clingan coming off the bench ahead of Duop. Why is DeAndre Ayton on this team? Nobody, including DeAndre Ayton, knows, but here we are. They're all pretty bad, and so is the Utah Jazz. This is the Hello Cooper flag gear as well. They are 0-4 and look horrendous. Minus 17-point differential already in 4 games. It should be more. The youth movement is on, and they're trying, like, they're sort of like doing the sort of split movement. Keontae George, Sex Man, Jordan Jeremy Clarkson, it's the same player, right? Keontae's got a little bit more upside, I think, obviously, because Clarkson's now, Clarkson's old, Sexman's getting on. And you're like, yeah, Keontae's the future. Are you any good? He's like, don't know. Let's find out. Kessler, Lowry getting hurt, that sucks. But look, the Jazz, they need to properly fucking tank. This might be the year they properly fucking tank. Detroit are 0-4 as well, and they're doing a really great job of tanking because they're fucking in these games. They pushed Detroit all the way the other day. Pushed Miami all the way. It's awesome. That's exactly what you want from your team if you're going to tank. Just be competitive, be kind of fun. Get Cade and Ivy used to playing with each other. Jalen Duren, couple of vets. Away you go. Good job, Detroit. Kind of weird. Next up, the Toronto Raptors. What is this team? They're 1-3. They're kind of weird. They're kind of stanky. I just don't get it. Scoob. Is he going to beat the allegations? But all right, they're fine. They're 1-3. This is kind of what they should be doing. They should probably try their hardest to tank. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle looks all right. RJ Barrett's out there. Like, they're going to keep fighting. They'll be tough to beat at home. I've just got big question marks. Just saying. Just saying. Outside of that, what else? We've got the San Antonio Bandera Spurs. They're 1-2. They're a bit weird. They're a bit wonky. They've got Wemby. They'll be fine. You've got Sohan. You've got Keldon Johnson, Chris Paul. What we've sort of seen that they're going to have like these weird growing pains. Give them half a season. They might end up still going on a bit of a run and winning 30 games. For the moment, 1-2, a little bit weird, a little bit gross. Then there's two weird, strange teams from the East. Milwaukee and Indy. Milwaukee look like dog shit. Giannis is crushing it. Dame's crushing it. Everybody else is bad. Well, they're not all bad, but they're not good enough defensively to hang with teams and to keep teams in the box and then just sort of get enough from Giannis and Dame. And Indy, like, their point differential is somehow -7 after 4 games when they should be blowing teams off the fucking deck like they were last year, and it's just not happening. Like, it's, again, maybe almost too many dudes because by the time they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, they were missing such and such. Like, they're missing Benny Mathurin. He's now back and scoring pretty well. But again, what do we talk about on NBA Straya? Hierarchies. How's it go? It's Tyrese Halliburton's your best dude. He looks a bit banged up. He doesn't look like he's absolutely shredding yet. He will be fine, presumably. But again, this was the thing for last year. We never kind of got completely fine. He had this incredible first half and then was never good again. It was weird. Anyway, Indy and Milwaukee, pretty weird. Charlotte, they're 1-2. They're fun. They're going to be like this all year. Like, they're 1-2. Like, that'll be their entire season. They'll win 1 game, they'll lose 2. They'll win 1 game, they'll lose 2. On and on and on. They'll win 2 games, they'll lose 3. They're young. They're kind of weird. They are sometimes an electric watch. So just keep an eye on it for your league pass. Who else are in that tier? We had... Oh, yeah, then there's like the other shit teams. The Clippers. But the Clippers aren't that shit, Jim. They're 2-1. Yeah, but they are. Settle down. They've got a +3 point differential. They're a bit shit. Clippers are just a bit shit. And same with Miami. But Jim, Miami 2-1 as well. I don't care. I just think they're a bit shit. Like, they're these two weird veteran-laden teams who have like 1 or 2 half-decent young dudes, and they should be better than they are. But because of the quality around the league, it's going to be hard for them to put together big full seasons. Just saying. Just saying. Memphis are 2-2 and a bit of a question mark so far, but I think you got to let them get a little bit of time used to having Ja back, having Triple J back and healthy to go with Desmond Bain. And apparently the all-time legend, Scottie Pippen Jr. They're awesome. They will be fine. They're a bit wonky at the moment. Just saying. Houston. It's another one, 2-2. Very weird, very wonky. Too many dudes. But Jalen Green is balling out his ass. They are so good. It's going to be fine. Minnesota are 2-2. I'm a little bit more concerned about them. That was a bad loss today against Dallas. But again, I think they've just got to figure out their offense. They've really got that first month to figure that out. Randall just sort of makes it all a bit janky. Ant-Man can have a quarter like that, but you got to see it through, right? You got to score 60 if you're going to start off with 1 million points in the first quarter. The 1-2 Philadelphia 76ers. That's a mess. Tyrese Maxey, if he's your best player on a team that doesn't have Joel Embiid and Paul George yet, it's a bit of a problem. When you're like, hey, save us, Kelly Oubre, you're in a fucking spot of bother. I just don't think they're that good. And I think that's why I sort of had them in that play-in thing heading into the season. I think if they're healthy towards the end of the back end of the season, they're fucking terrifying. But will that happen? It's Embiid and Paul George. Probably not. Next up, Chicago. They're 2-2. They look fun. They look feisty. They also have a negative point differential, having won 2 games and lost 2. Not ideal. Anyway, Giddey, though, he's crushing it. That's very fun. I'm enjoying the Josh Giddey experience in Chicago. He's helping Zach LaVine. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. He's setting dudes up. It's making it fun. They're kind of dangerous. The arse will fall out of it at some point, though. We also have the 2-2 Atlanta Hawks. Dyson Daniels was helping them crush it. They lose that stupid fucking Washington game, though, and that's it. You're like, yep, that's Atlanta. We all know. We get it. But at least they're putting some minutes into Zachary Rissache and stuff. And like going, cool. Trey's our number 1 dude. Let's roll from there. Dyson, can you help him out? He's like, yeah, fucking no. Hopefully he's not that badly hurt. The New Orleans Pelicans, they are 2-2 as well. They stink. I don't know what is going on with that team. Minus 6.5 point differential already. They've lost 2 on a trot after winning their first 2. They just... DeJounte being out hurts. Not having a center also hurts. How is this team being just so fucking wonky? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, 2-2 Denver Nuggets. That's where they are. They're in the wannabe locks at the moment. They're still probably playoff locks, but they're 2-2 on this list. Overtime to get by Toronto and Brooklyn. The bench stinks. Even with Rusty having 22 today, you're still like, the bench stinks. What are you doing? You guys stink. You're breaking my heart. And then we sort of get into the Lakers. 3-1. They're kind of like a wannabe playoff lock, and they've been so good that you're like, hey, they probably should make the playoffs as a top 6 seed. The thing is, they need like a full season of health out of LeBron and AD. And even then, you saw LeBron the other day. Awesome fourth quarter, gets him the win against the Suns. The next game against the Suns, he doesn't have it. Takes everything he's got just to get to 11 points. And that's what happens when you're old. You can't do it consistently. It's like me going to gigs. You're like, geez, I'm fucking tired. I'll have 87 tins. That'll compensate. Nah, it doesn't. Just ruins your next 3 days, apparently. Anyway, the Lakers, though, look, they're sort of in that next echelon of like, yeah, they're going to keep pushing for playoff spots. Are they in the top 3 in the West? Probably not, but that's where they are at the moment. Who else we got? We've got the Kings. They're 2-2. They've bounced back. They look good. They have curb stomp shit teams, and that's what they need to keep on doing. As I said, DeMar just gives them like this awesome sense of professionalism, and just like having a professional score on that team really helps out like their prospects. I'm enjoying that a lot. Give me some more Sacramento. Let's go. Then we have the basic playoff locks where you look at these teams so far and you go, you guys are good. Real fucking good. Orlando. They look fucking great. Paolo's dropping 50. They don't have a point guard. They're still awesome. They're 3-1. I'm loving what they're doing. Jalen Suggs, if he can keep just doing that, hitting threes and just compensate, like Anthony Black's there, it's pretty good. They're very fun. I'm enjoying that. They're on the same tier as Dallas because Dallas have like that sort of Jekyll and Hyde aspect of like, hey, we're going to just be a bit shit against Utah, but then come out and kick the fuck out of Minnesota. And you're like, that's fucking fun. I don't mind this at all. And the Knicks are the one weird float up who are 1-2. But from what we've seen, talk about give a team a month and they'll be fucking laughing. It's the Knicks. Like Brunson, Bridges, and co. Once they figure out how to actually fucking play underneath each other with Tibbs. And Tibbs teams are kind of like this, right? You give them 6 months and they'll have shit completely ironed out and looking like a fucking well-oiled machine. Don't mind it. And then you got the Cavs. Love it because they're healthy. They are world breakers at this point. They look fantastic. I'm loving the Cavs. You got Garland, Donnie Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and go the throw Jared Allen. As long as all 4 of them stay healthy and they figure this shit out, if they can get Kenny Atkinson just like figuring it all out, just making it look smooth, I'm in. I love this Cavs team. And the Suns, KD, Booker. Look, they're 3-1, and the one loss was that weird janky Lakers game when LeBron goes out of his fucking head. And Booker's not been playing that great. They've sort of had everybody else, so I've enjoyed that. Good job by the Suns. And the last 2, tier by themselves, the obvious fucking head and shoulders above everybody else, legit title contenders are the Boston Celtics, who are just fucking killing teams. Best offense in the league, basically. It is, in fact. Not basically, it is. Jason Tatum had a shit game the other day, and they still fucking killed Milwaukee. That's where you want to get to as a contender. That's amazing. And then OKC, obviously. They're doing the same thing. They are both shit-pumping teams. OKC already have a point differential of plus 19.4 in 3 games. Boston's at 15. So it's pretty bloody good. They all look awesome. And I think that's where we stand so far. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty easy. The biggest ones there, probably Milwaukee and Indy looking a bit fucking weird and a little bit janky. And Denver needing a kick in the ass. But there you go. That's the power rankings for week 1. And we'll do this every so often because that was fun as shit. All right, let's do the Australian Player Watch. We'll take a quick little break, though, to give myself a little bit of a chance to have a little bit of a drink because my voice is fucked.
This is Chris Anstey, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, Australian Player Watch. Let's do it. Did not play today. Ben Simmons against Denver with his lower back injury management. Hopefully he plays next game. That's all I want. I just want Simo out there. You know? That's all I want. That's all I ask. Is it too much to ask? Maybe. We've got Jingles against Dallas. He played 4 minutes. So the 4 minutes of Jingles, you've sort of seen this is the exact sort of role. He kind of comes on. He goes, check this out. I'm going to maybe shoot a 3. But I'm just going to settle you all down for just a couple of seconds. You know? Ant-Man, you just need to chill out. Look, just follow old Jingles and away we go. He had 1 assist. He was a -7 in 4 minutes. Not great, but still, that's his role. Patty Thrills was the same sort of vibe against the Sacramento Kings for the Utah Jazz. In 18 minutes, our Patty only took 1 shot. It was a 3 and he missed it. He had 1 rebound, 1 steal, and 1 block, however. And in a game where they got demolished, he was a -11. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. I'll tell you what. So, a bit of a rough one for the Aussies today. But obviously, with only 4 games, you're always going to be a little bit light on. And with Benny not playing against Denver because of his back, Jingles against Dallas, and obviously Dallas not having Dante Exum out there because of his own injury, then you sort of get to Sacramento and you're like, all right, cool. Is Patty going to do anything? It's like he's playing a bunch. He's just not hitting any shots, which is fine. He'll get there. Nice. All right. Let's get into the role player of the day. So I was going to go Herb Jones, and then he got hurt because I was watching that Pelicans game, and you're like, this is really fun. This team is fun. They're very, as I mentioned, janky, and then he gets hurt and it all falls apart. It's like, hang on a second, that's not good. So we'll give this one to Jose Alvarado. 22 minutes today, just caused all sorts of havoc. 6 and 4 for him. I just love watching him play. He is absolutely fantastic. Gives him absolute hell every time he steps on the floor. He and Lindy Waters as well. 21 points for Lindy Waters. There's a role player of the day for you. Just steps up, goes whapang. 8 of 13 from the floor. 3 of 7 from 3. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal. Bang! Not bloody bad. All right. Time for the Patty Mills Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in. Ready? Oh, there's a Patty story. Let's go. This is tough, but the bro is tougher. With you every step of the way, my bro. Taylor Hendricks. Because that was Taylor Hendricks who snapped his leg. Patty's just been a good mate. Love that. And then there's a Patty to Colin pass. Ooh, that's very nice. It was against Dallas. Ooh, the no look. Looks pretty good to me. And then some warm-up shots. Oh, he's just knocking in half-court threes. Is that Jet Terry that he's hanging out with? Pretty cool. Oh, and some free throws. Looking very nice. And then he's coming in with his leather jacket looking schmick. He's got that eagle on the back. And that very clean-looking Utah jersey with the 8 on it. Looks very nice. Let's go. On you, Patty. All right. That's all done. Let's do the game previews for tomorrow. Game previews. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Yeah. Running out of puff. It's 5:15. I've done a lot of talking today. It's getting brutal. Anyway, we have some cracking games tomorrow. We have Atlanta, Washington, the rematch. Yes, mate. They played just the other day. Atlanta, 4.5-point favorites. Can they do it? I believe in them this time. But no Dyson Daniels means I kind of want to go the +4.5 Washington Wizards. Right? No Bogdan, no Dyson. It gets pretty squirrely pretty quickly for Atlanta. So I'm actually going to go the Wiz +4.5. I don't like it, but here we are. The Lakers, they take on Cleveland. It's a battle of the LeBrons. It's in Cleveland. Do you reckon they'll get Bronny out there? That's what I want to know. I'm interested in this. But I think the Cavs are just a better team than LA anyway. So with respect to the Lakers and how good they've been to start the season, the Cavs are 5.5-point favorites. If that was any more, I'd be much more tempted to take the Lakers because you know LeBron's going to go hammer and tongs in his old digs. Do you reckon Savannah will be there looking nonplussed going, I do not want to be here? We'll find out. I'm going to go the Cavs, though. I believe in that offense and defense a little bit more. Boston versus the Pacers. Yes. This is going to be great fun. 7.5-point favorites on the road to the Boston Celtics. Do you trust them to beat them by that much, Jim? Yes, I do. Because the Pacers aren't stopping anybody at the moment. Let's go Boston on the road, -7.5. Thank you, mother, for the Rabbits. Toronto. Well, actually, to rewind that Indy stuff as well. They've got enough dudes to go, hey, remember how we curb stomped you in the Eastern Conference Finals? Everyone's like, yes. Being able to throw Drew Holiday and Derek White at Tyrese Halliburton is like a cheat code. Then you've got Pascal Siakam up against Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. That wing rotation, they've all got size. They can all move. Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough, I think, for Indy to keep up. This Celtics team is just steamrolling teams at the moment. Like, yeah, let's do it. I think Detroit sort of hung with them the other day, which is why I picked Detroit at the line. But yeah, 7.5. Thank you, Celtics. Toronto, Charlotte. Good luck with this game. This is going to be brutal. I am really tempted, and I probably will just go with Charlotte at home with LaMelo. But without Spindles Miller, can Toronto probably keep it close-ish? Maybe, because there's I think Toronto at home is going to be a much tougher aspect, a much tougher proposition than on the road. Like they played very, very well against the Nuggets to only lose that in overtime. They got smoked by the Wolves on the road. The Cavs smashed them in Toronto in the opener. Do the Charlotte Hornets have that in them to get by them that easily? 6.5. I'm just going to go with Charlotte. I think they can win it by 8. Detroit, they go to Philly. I'm taking the Detroit Pistons +4.5. Until proven otherwise, Detroit are a wagon of just keeping it close and making your life hell. And Tyrese Maxey versus Cade Cunningham, that is a fun matchup. Let's go Detroit. The New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat. Let's go. I told you there's some good matchups tomorrow. Knicks Heat, this is fun. Jimmy Butler up against Jalen Brunson, Cat and Co. Cat versus Bam. I like the Knicks in Miami, -2.5. That should be very, very fun. I think they've just got a little bit too much scoring for the Heat. And, of course, if the Knicks defense is on, look, you've got Terry Rozier, you've got Tyler Hero, you've got Butler, you've got Bam, and you've got very little else. Like, unless Duncan Robinson or Kevin Love gets off the chain just a little bit, I just don't know if Miami can keep up. Give me the Knicks. Orlando, Chicago. Yes! It's like a rematch of the 1995 East semis. I'm just delving into my bag a little bit then, remember? Wasn't that when MJ came back and lost? To Shaq and Penny. Orlando, Chicago, though. This is awesome. Josh Giddey at home. The Magic are good. The Bulls have been sneaky okay. I might go the Bulls +5.5. But, of course, as soon as you start trusting the Bulls, they're going to let you down. But Levine's a professional scorer. Kobe White, Josh Giddey at home against the Magic, who will be a little bit up and down this season, but Paolo is very good. They got a little bit of size on the perimeter to throw at him. Let's go to Chicago Bulls +5.5. Magic still win it. Brooklyn, Memphis. Memphis Grizzlies are 12.5-point favorites. Brooklyn just played an overtime game, which they lost against Denver. Traveling, we're going Memphis -12.5. This will be a bloodbath. San Antonio take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. 13.5-point favorites at home are OKC. Chet versus Wemby. Sign me up, Gerald. This is going to be awesome. Can the Spurs cover that 13.5-point spread? I'm going to say yes. It's just a little bit too early in the season for a randomly rested team like San Antonio. So, look, I'm happy to take the Grizz against the Nets team. The Grizz are at home. 12.5 points against a bad Brooklyn team. The Spurs aren't bad. They've got Wemby. They've got Chris Paul. They're not on a back-to-back. 13.5. I'll take that. I'll take that head start against OKC. OKC are very, 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 very good as well. I think the Spurs will do this all season, though. They'll keep it really, really, really close in a lot of games. Then we've got Pelicans, Golden State again. What's going to happen? Can the Pelicans turn around and actually win this one? I'm going to say yes. God, I hate every time I'm out, they suck me back in. Here we go. We're going to go the Pels plus 2.5. Then we've got Blazers, Clippers, which is a weird one. Are the Blazers good? No. Are the Clippers good? Probably not. 7.5 though. James Harden against Anthony Penny Simons, Denny Avdija and co. I'm going to go the Blazers plus 7.5 in that one and just sort of hope for the best because I don't know if the defense of the Clippers is going to be that good. At home in the Intuit Dome, maybe this is where they get a bit of a smashing in there. But the Blazers, I feel like they'll have like these weird dips and troughs and heights and good stuff going on at different points of the season. I don't think they're very good. But 7.5. Keep it close with the Clippers, would you? Does that sound good? Does that sound fair? Okay, good. So that is a lot of games tomorrow. It's going to be fun as Washington, we're picked so far, Washington, Cavs, Boston, Charlotte, Detroit, New York, the Chicago Bulls, Memphis, San Antonio, Pelicans, Blazers. Let's bloody go. And we'll wrap all that up for you on tomorrow's show. Because remember, we're daily. It's what we do. So we'll be back on deck. Then in the meantime, make sure you're following NBA Straya on the old Facey, Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube. Jump in the comments, leave some of your nars. Smash it on the YouTube, would you? Just like give it all a big thumbs up. Go, on you, Jim. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Also went a bit viral with that D-Wade post, which is fun. So if you're new to the show, this is what we do. Wow, this would be a first show, wouldn't it, Gerald? He was like, hang on a second. How long did he spend talking about the darkness and spewing? Anyway, check out NFL Straya with myself and Gaz as well. That was a really fun one yesterday, talking about the Hail Mary, etc. Lots going on. We're chopping it up each week about the NFL. Get around that as well. Check us a rating review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, whatever weird app you're using on the Android phones. Rate, review, star, subscribe, tell a mate, or I will fight you. I don't want to, but I don't make the rules. Just how it goes. Get around our other shows as well. The AFLW Today Show. The Cricket Today podcast, which is back. The boys are crushing it. The Football Today podcast, they always do a great job on that one too. And of course, Spring Racing Carnival. Hold all tickets. Get around your GGs. Melbourne Cup next week. It's going to be pretty big, I reckon. And yeah, there you go. All right, big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song, as well as to House Hats, Joshua De Laurentiis, Fascinated Goldmines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Section Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear. So smash them all the places you listen to music. Those bands all rule. Support Australian bands. That's what we do here in NBA Straya. So get around them. All right, that'll do us for today. I hope you enjoyed the power rankings, all that sort of gear. We have a chocker show tomorrow, so can't wait to get stuck into that. All right, until then, this is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would you? And let us know.